Hi, I'm Miriam Shaviv with today's edition of Mastering Email Marketing. And today I want to answer a question which I get a lot. The question is, how often should I email my list? Now, the reason people ask this and are often very anxious about it is because they don't want to annoy their prospects. That's what they feel. If they email too much, then people will get sick of hearing them and it will have the opposite effect of what they intended. So there's lots of conflicting advice about this. I'm going to give you a really straight answer. The minimum that you should be emailing your list is once a week. Why do I say that? Because in order to actually build up a relationship with your email list and to be able to develop arguments and make a consistent case for them, you need to speak to them fairly regularly. There are lots of people who say, well, maybe I'll only email them once every couple of weeks, maybe I'll only email once a month. The truth is that is really not enough to build up any kind of traction. If you're only emailing once every month, and even if you have a great open rate of 30%, that means that 70% of your list did not hear from you that month, and it's a whole other month until they get a chance to hear from you again. You really can't afford that because you will never develop the relationship that you need with your list. We've found that the frequency that works really, really well as a minimum is once a week. I can tell you without a doubt that we have seen a massive difference between the companies that email once a week and those that only email every second week. Every second week, they never get the results that they want. Companies that email every single week and have something really, really regular in place have amazing relationships with their list, who are really used to hearing from them, want to hear from them. They can develop arguments over several weeks, build up the case in a way that you just can't do if you're not emailing enough. But that isn't the end of the story, because the reality is, as I just said, that emailing once a week is just the minimum. In reality, your list can probably bear to hear from you a lot more than that. Now, lots of business owners are very scared by this idea. Oh my God, if I email them more than once a week, they're going to get completely overwhelmed. But that really is your fear speaking. It's not necessarily how your readers actually feel about your emails. And certainly, if you are writing good emails, there's probably much more scope to write more than once a week. Of course, if you're writing terrible emails, then don't. Then you don't really want to be writing at all until you fix that. But if you're writing really good emails, then they probably will be open to hearing you more than once a week. There are many marketers out there that email every single day. I even know a few that email twice a day. And their readers love it. Their core fans love it because they love the emails. Now, given that the idea of emailing more than once a week might make you very anxious, and I know it does many business owners, how do you handle that? Well, the way that I do it is that you should always email slightly more than you are actually comfortable with. So if you're really only comfortable with emailing once a week, just add one email every week. Email twice, don't go every day. Just email twice a week and see what happens. You'll probably see a little rise in the unsubscribe rate, but you will also see a rise in the open rates. More people will want to read you, and you will get better feedback, and you'll develop more core fans. Once you're comfortable with emailing twice a week, up it a little bit, add another email into the mix, and keep on going as far as you can in terms of capacity. Obviously, if this is killing you and killing your company, then there's a limit to how many times a week you can email. But keep on going until you really see some kind of negative repercussion. If your emails are really good, I'm betting that negative repercussion won't happen. But the secret is to always email, always get slightly out of your comfort zone. Always email once or twice more than you're actually comfortable with, because I think that you'll be pleasantly surprised how many emails your audience actually wants to receive. You are not your audience, and you may discover that your fears are not actually reflected in reality by the way that your audience actually receives your emails. Now, if that sounds like a lot, emailing even once a week and definitely more than that, then I have an amazing way for you to write your emails really quickly and efficiently, not only without sacrificing any quality, but actually making them really, really powerful emails. I've put it all in a quick resource for you called How to Write High Converting Emails in 10 Minutes or Less. I've put the link to your free copy of this resource, of this ebook, into the description below. So just head over there, head down there and grab your free resource. And I will be back next week with another tip on how to master email marketing. I'm Miriam Shaviv from Brainstorm Digital. Thank you very much and have a great day.